Okay. It says I am live, so here I am. Hello, everybody. Whoever is here, whoever decides to join us this evening for more torture. I call it torture. That's what it's been so far. For anybody just popping in for the first time, I am reading Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I did read Fourth Wing, and we have posted a review on it. If you liked that book, I am not going to hate on you for that. If you like this book, that's fine. I couldn't stand it, and so far I can't stand this one either. So that's where we are currently at with that. But basically, I just kind of sit here and read the book and react to it, and we kind of all just hang out, and that's kind of what we're doing. We are on chapter 13 out of like 60 bajillion chapters, so we're kind of plugging along. I'm trying to remember what happened last time, and I'm struggling a little bit, but I feel like it was a lot of BS and Violet being stupid. That's usually what happens, is there's a lot of BS and Violet is I think she's visiting Xaden wherever he's stationed. And oh yeah, she said like he was like making out with her, and she was like, I just want to bone him. And he goes, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to be sexual with you unless you tell me that you love me. I'm not going to win you back with sex. And she's like, what? Why can't we just like be friends with benefits? And he's like, no. Basically, like, I'm not a plaything. And she's like, oh, but why not? And it was just kind of gross. It's all just kind of gross. Jackson, don't do that. I thought it was kind of gross anyway. Personally. I didn't like it. And I think that's like where we left off. I think. Oh, and they need an alloy. There's some alloy that they can imbue with magic to make it more powerful. To defeat the Venin. It was very Rings of Power, Game of Thrones, but without an actual real explanation. It was very vague, and maybe that's why I can't remember it very well. But they need a luminary to enhance the dragon's flame so that it can burn this or smelt this alloy that they need. I don't know what kind of alloy it is. They don't get into it. I don't know why dragon fire isn't hot enough to smelt anything. I don't know. And yeah, I think that was pretty much the gist of the last bit I read. So now that we're all caught up, I guess I will just start reading, and we'll kind of go from there. And we'll see what happens. So I've been reading the little quotes at the top of each chapter, because there's a quote at the top of each chapter, but sometimes they make no sense. So, or I wish they made sense within the context of the novel itself, because it feels like world building, but it's like not real world building. It's like, and half the time the quotes don't pertain to what happens in the chapter. And usually if you're gonna put like a little quote at the top of the chapter, it kind of correlates to what happens. And it hasn't. Anyway. I'm rambling on because I kind of have made this same complaint a few times, so I will try not to continue to keep making the same complaint. Anyway, so chapter 13. This is the quote. Though the chain of command may be consulted, the final say in any academic punishment or repercussion lies with the commandant's office. So is Violet gonna get back and get in more trouble with this Varish guy who supposedly likes to torture people and is super evil, but... Anyway, chapter 13. Oh, so that's what it is too. The torture guy wants Andarna the Feathertail to show up, but she's not golden and feathery anymore. She's a teenager and she's black because Violet gets to have 2 black dragons. Oh, and our joints are giving out again. Oh no, our joints are giving out. Oh, jeez. She almost burned herself alive. Oh, dear. So, the other guy that was there says you are a rare and powerful signet, Captain Sorengale, or Cadet Sorengale. And she goes, she thinks, I'm a person, not a signet. Like, you don't need to say that. The implications are there, or at least if you're gonna say that, like, you could, I don't know. It's just so ham-fisted, everything that she does with her writing. It's just so, like, it's just shoved in your face. There's no nuance or delicacy to anything she says. She's threatening to burn up from the inside because she used her lightning too many times. But I think the torture guy, Varish, that's his name, Varish. Varys and Varish are very close together. What the hell happened? Too many strikes. Imogen is here. Thank God. Everyone's reaction to this is, he made you do this because your dragon didn't show up? That asshole. Like, really? That's your reaction? That's what we're gonna say? Just that asshole? Like, ugh. We're all in high school. Even though we're all 21, we're all just in high school. We're all 15, even though we're supposedly 21. Sorry. Varish isn't gonna kill you. Oh my god. Everyone just wants to hurt Violet all the time. Violet's just like, everyone wants to hurt her or kill her. She's always in danger because she's so special. Blech. This is the longest sentence I've ever read in my life. Unlike Rhiannon, who's in here leading the extra sparring time she negotiated for all of our squad's first years against some others from Third Wing, Imogen and I are here in full uniform between classes for only one reason. Sloane, and her terrifying lack of skill. That is a mouthful! You don't need all that in one sentence. Also, it's just useless information. Everything is always annoying as hell, or stupid, or we got F-bombs every other second. That's what's happened. That's how everything is described. My skin just feels like a sunburn now. It doesn't hurt as much, but it's annoying as hell. That does not fit in a fantasy novel, let alone, I don't know, it just is juvenile. Juvenile. Oh, and she won't tell her normal friends what happened. She just is saying that she overdid it a little bit, and Imogen says, or she says, if they knew what really happened, they wouldn't leave my side. And Imogen says, well, you'd be safer. And then Violet says, but they wouldn't be, because I'm too dangerous, and my life is too dangerous, and everything happening to me is just too dangerous. It's too much. I can't let people in anymore. It's hard being a Mary Sue, isn't it? What is this sentence? What is this sentence? Why the hell not? I catch my knife, flipping it with total muscle memory. Total muscle memory? Is that different than partial muscle memory? Or is it like total muscle memory, guys? Like totally. They're taking physics. So does that... Does that mean the theory of relativity is applicable to this universe? Does that mean Einstein exists in this universe? And Faraday? Newton? If they're taking physics, they must know about Newton's laws, right? Am I crazy right now for thinking this? This says they're taking physics as a class. What? Just what? What is that? What is that? Like, for real? Are we really doing that? We're taking physics, but not biology? Chemistry? If you took chemistry, you might be able to figure out your alloy problem. Very confused. Oh, wait, we're also taking history and geography. That makes sense, I guess. You're in an alternate universe, a fantasy world, but you should still know the geography and the history of the place. But physics is just throwing me here. Perfect. I force the fakest smile known to mankind. Let's go to physics. Yay, physics. This is literally like something you would rip out of a high school YA novel about high school normal things, not a fantasy novel about adults who ride dragons. Adults. Mind you. Adults who ride dragons. We're adults. But this is how our main character, who is an adult, thinks. I force the fakest smile known to mankind. God, if that isn't something a 14-year-old would say, I don't know what is. So it's physics, but there is dragons involved in the I have questions about the physics. I have questions. Oh my gosh. And then she gets ambushed and knocked unconscious by yet someone else who probably wants to kill her. Lord. That's the end of the chapter, by the way. A big hand grabs me, and all of a sudden I'm unconscious. Because everyone just wants to kill Violet. Like we want to do in the last book, everyone wanted to kill Violet. Now we want to kill her. Everyone wants to kill her again. Oy, oy, oy. But now we're on to chapter 14. And we are on page 132. 133. Chapter 14. What quote do we get this time? There is a natural distrust that must be overcome between infantry cadets and riders. This exists mainly because riders will never trust that infantry has the courage to hold the line when dragons arrive, and infantry will never trust that the dragons won't eat them. Okay. Cool, I guess. Okay. I mean... Okay. Onward. Oh, just kidding. It was for class. She got knocked unconscious for class. The one that teaches you how not to fall off your dragon. Which I feel like is probably the first class you should take as soon as you have your dragon. But no, we wait until second year for that. Okay, so they're going to do a land navigation exercise, and they drink some water that's got some shit in it that is going to disconnect them from their dragons. They can't mind talk to their dragons anymore. So they have this thing that can like cut the connection you have with a dragon. Is this a Chekhov's gun? What? What are we gonna do with this? I mean, if it were me, I'd be like, yo, give me the recipe to this, and I'd take everyone down with this. And you're just like, oh, we just made this? We just made it. Like, this is dangerous. Don't we think this is dangerous? Is no one questioning the fact that they've made this thing? This potion, I guess? It's a potion? I don't know. I'd be like, what are the implications of this? Because, do they use it as a punishment for dragon riders who are, like, bad? I don't know. You've just introduced this thing to the story. Are we gonna talk about it? Probably not. Probably not. It's gonna be inconsequential. It'll probably be forgotten about. Knowing how this all plays out. You have interesting ideas and things that are put in here, and then it's never elaborated upon or done in a way that actually makes it interesting. How long have you been sitting on this, though? How long have you been able to, like, just drop a dragon rider's connection to their dragon? Important things that are probably not going to be important at all eventually. Let's see. Oh. So the dragons are not connected anymore, and there's another group of people. So while they're trying to reach the destination or whatever, there's another group out there, and their dragons are going to hunt them, and the other dragons are going to hunt the other group. So there's going to be dragons hunting them too. And there's some unbonded dragons as well. This just seems like a wild thing to be doing. Why are we doing this? If you guys all have the dragons, why are you making them run from other dragons? This just seems needlessly dangerous. We're not fighting other people that ride dragons. We're fighting these griffin riders. So why do you need to train them to run away from dragons? Because no one else is the enemy that rides dragons, right? Am I confused? Please, if someone is watching this live stream at all, if anyone is here, could answer that question. Like, why are we doing this? What is the point of this? What is this teaching anybody? The scribe who happens to be here just said, Violet's the most powerful rider in the year. Well, yeah, of course she is, because she's got special silver hair, and she's so tiny, and she's got the most special signet, and she's got 2 dragons, and she's the most specialist girl ever in the whole wide world. Ever. Boy, these people are all getting along really great with each other. These infantry and the riders, they're all just learning to be best friends. Even though they've been openly hostile to each other this entire time, even though the teacher said, y'all need to learn to play nice and work together. Oh my god, the filleting of Violet is just unreal. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't handle it. It's so bad. She bonded not only one of the biggest effing dragons on the continent, but a second dragon, and then went into combat against the Griffins a couple months ago and came out alive. You go through that kind of shit in your quadrant, guys? Like, Jesus, stop talking her up so much. This is literally just like a Violet compliment festival. I can't take it. She's not that great, but the book wants you to believe she's that great. The book wants you to believe that Violet is the bestest ever, and actually she sucks. She sucks so much. I hate that they call the dragons by their colors. Oranges. Oranges are the most unpredictable. Can we just be a little more creative in how we name dragons? That's all I ask for. Like, come on, man. Oranges. That's a fruit. Not a dragon. Oh, and now even the dragon has a personal vendetta against Violet, because the dragon is the dragon that Jack Barlow, which is the most basic sounding name ever, chose last year, bonded with last year, and the dragon is mad that Violet killed Jack. Oh my god. This is so stupid. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. Violet also has a knack for telling herself information to keep herself calm, which is kind of really shitty world building the way that it's done in here, because she just literally, like, the northern Esbens are believed to have been the hatching grounds of the Orange Dragon before unification, though due to their unpredictable nature they often choose new valleys in the same range. There's a much better way to, like, put that information in here. You're gonna put that information in here right now while we're being attacked by an orange dragon like this? Well, this is just... Oh, she has a poison barbed tail. Do all dragons have poison barbed tails? Is it just these scorpion tails? Like, is it just the scorpion tails because they're like scorpions? Scorpions are also weapons, so everything, all the dragons have like weapon names. Morning Star tail, god, stupidest of all of them. Scorpion tail. Is that the weapon or the animal? Because now the tip is poisoned. No explanation. Who cares, right? Who cares? Who cares if it's confusing? Oh, somebody died. Shocker. Somebody died that no one cares about. What a bummer. Okay, so that chapter ended. They're still doing this bullshit nav thing, and it's dumb, and it's stupid, and the freaking overpowered Mary Sue-ness of everything with Violet, it's getting a little bit much. It wasn't as bad at the start of the book, but now we're really starting to get into the whole, like, Mary Sue circle jerk thing here, and it's, oh god, it's painful. I have so much more of this book left to read. Oh my god. I don't know if I can keep going. Y'all have to let me know if I should keep going, because this is getting bad, guys. This is getting really awful to read. It's so bad. Oh, it's painful. Alright, so that was that chapter. They do the sat nav. Land navigation exercise. That's what they're doing right now. And one of the infantry guys died. The description of the scorpion tail has me confused. The dragons, they called them oranges. I'm just picturing an orange with wings and a dragon head. Everyone like stroked Violet's ego and talked about how great she is and her silver hair, but her disability, but she's a total badass. That was the chapter. I don't know. I honestly, This book is massive. This book is massive, man. This book is so huge, and like that whole chapter, why was that there? That was not necessary. That was, did it advance the plot at all? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't see how this has anything to do with the overarching story that we've got going on right now. I don't know. This just seems dumb and pointless. Like, there's a lot of book in here, and I feel like all this that I've just read, you could have trimmed this down a lot. A lot. This whole confrontation with the Varish guy, the torture man, you could have condensed down all of that, all of these aggressions and these enemies and things. You could have like pushed all of this together. There's a lot of useless nonsense in here, and scenes that are like literally repeating themselves. She's had so many scenes of her talking to her friends but keeping her distance, and her friends knowing that they're being distant but she's doing it to protect them. Like, we don't need that every like 10 pages. We get it. It at least if you're gonna do that, like, have the situations be different or something. Have it evolve. And it's just not, I don't know, we're just regurgitating to like add time, and like there's just, I don't know, half this crap in here does not need to be in here. No, it's just, Shelby, it's so bad. I just am shocked by how bad this is. I mean, I'm like halfway to 200 pages. I will finish it. I hate not finishing a book. I really hate not finishing a book. So I will finish it. I will do it. I guess I'm just shocked that, like, I thought Fourth Wing was bad, and I'm shocked. Every time I read this, every time I do one of these live streams, I'm like, okay, I know what I'm getting into, but I'm just, like, I didn't think it was gonna get that much worse, and it is getting worse. It's somehow worse, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because Violet's more annoying, because now she's perfect Mary Sue, but with trauma. And it's not well done. Yeah, I'm like, I gotta finish it now. Although, there are supposed to be 5 of these. 5 of these. What the hell are you gonna keep? Are there 3 more books to be written about this? God. Hearing my opinion on the lack of description for the world and then the environment. Yeah, I think that's one of the most disappointing things for me, because when I read fantasy, one of my favorite things are like the world building and the little details that makes it feel lived in. And there are really great ways for authors to do that. I haven't read them, but Biggs has read most of The Witcher, and he says that the way that the author incorporates the world building is really well done. It just kind of flows in through the story, like, as things happen. Like, I think there's like a scene in the first book where Geralt is like negotiating payment for a job with someone, and like as they're having the discussion about the payment for the job, like the reader learns about like how the currency works and how the economy works in this, like what the economy is in the world, and like it's through this like organic conversation that the reader can kind of like pick up what's happening. Like that's kind of what you want to do. I mean, Rowling does it too. J.R.R. Tolkien does it in a little bit of a different way, but still at the same time, you kind of learn things over time, and as the reader gets further and further into the book, the world is further and further expanded upon. And in this, it's just non-existent. And there's like all these real world things that are bizarre. Like we take physics class. Like that just throws you out of the element of like, this is a fantasy novel. I don't know. I hope the author improves. That's the thing. This woman has written like 14 books. But she's written like... She has written more than 15 novels. This woman has written 15 novels. So this is what, number 17? Girl! Granted, I have never read any of her other books. I don't know if they're better. I know she is like primarily like a romance writer. And so I think she's just kind of written romance up until this point. So like maybe she can write a romance novel. I don't know. Maybe she can write like a good little fluffy or steamy romance novel. Like maybe she can write that well. I don't know. I don't know, because the romance in this is really terrible. Like the Xaden Violet relationship really sucks. So I don't know. But I can't have an opinion because I have never read any of her other books. However, if this is an indication, this romance sucks. It's not great. The steamy, spicy bits are a bit cringe and uncomfortable. They're not great. I don't know. Yeah, right? Yeah. Oh my god, it's funny you said that, because I literally just said that. They're not great. I kind of read it going, ooh. Ooh. They made me a little uncomfortable. They're not great. I'm just a little, yeah, I don't know. They're not great. They're kind of cringe to me. So, I don't know. But, I mean, we can keep going. Yeah, same wavelength, for sure. Yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know. I feel like with spiciness and, like, sex scenes or, like, sexy scenes, I feel like in a lot of ways, less is more when you're writing it from a reader perspective. Like, from a reader perspective, the more that you can kind of leave up to the reader to kind of imagine, the hotter it is. I mean, unless you're writing erotica, then, like, that's just, like, that's a whole different thing, right? This is, like, it's trying to be somewhere in between that, and it's just, ugh, it's uncomfortable. I don't know. Not saying that you can't write smut. Write it all you want. But write it well, please. If you're gonna write it well. This is not well. This is not good smut. It's not great. Not great. Of course, yes. That's happy you're here. I'll stop ranting for a moment. I will stop ranting for a moment. I always have to, like, rant about this terrible book for, like, a few minutes before I read the next chapter. My eyes need a break. My brain needs a break. Okay. Chapter 15, shall we? Sorry, I have to drink all my beverages. Sorry. Okay. Chapter 15. Here we go. Oh, here, we gotta read the quote. Let's read the quote. Oh, even this quote is stupid. There's a second... There's a... There's a course second year that I can't tell you about, other than to say that it's hell. My only advice? Don't piss off anyone else's dragon. Oh, really? That was like, from the last chapter, right? Because she killed Jack Barlow, and now that mistake is coming back to haunt her because now his dragon wants to roast them alive. Okay. Okay. They're in the middle of the forest, right? They're in the middle of the forest. But a dragon that they encountered was more interested in a nearby cow. I thought they were in the forest. Are there cows in the forest? Is it a wild cat? Is it like a wild thing? Like a gower? Is it like a wild bovine? Like a Cape buffalo? Or is this like a cow, like from a farm in the middle of the forest? This is why I'm just like, this is not good writing. You're in the middle of the forest. There should not be a cow. How about a deer? Or a boar? Or, I don't know, there's dragons. Make up some cool shit. Maybe it's a kelpie. Or like, I don't know. Like, cow. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, now the one infantry guy is like, you saved my life, Cadet Soaringale. I owe you a life debt. Jesus Christ. Oh, and Violet almost like spilled the beans about dragons. They're like, it's not like there's dragons on the other side of the wards. And Violet's like, I wouldn't be so sure. And then everyone's like, huh? And she's like, I'm just saying, you don't know what's out there. And Rhiannon is looking at her like, she's gonna figure it out. Your one-dimensional best friend who has no personality other than to like support you in everything is gonna figure out your secret. Yeah, here we go. Rhiannon is like, you do know what's out there. You were out there. You saw the griffins. You know what's out there. Oh, finally. Rhiannon is like, look, I know something's going on with you. You think that no one can tell that you're pushing away, but I can tell. And don't insult my friendship by lying. Just come talk to me when you're ready. I mean, I like that someone is calling Violet out on her bullshit because no one ever does, because she's Violet Soaringale, perfectest girl in the world. I was like, ah, thank God somebody said something, because Jesus, it's been annoying. Okay, the professors came to get him, and Violet is like, he's disappointed, but Tomas is dead. People die all the time in these books and no one really cares, and then it's like 2 or 3 lines to like make it seem like, oh, Violet is upset that someone else has died, but then like she doesn't really give a shit. Nah, she doesn't care. Oh, well, somebody is saying, like, I don't like that they can just take our dragon power away. What the heck? And then, Tarn, the only character that I, like, kinda liked, her dragon, is like, yeah, that's new this year. I don't like it either. Tarn is just, like, a grumpy old man. I liked him more last book. He had more personality. This book, he just is, like, grumpy old man, but with less sass, so not as good. And, oh, Violet didn't get to see Xaden, even though she doesn't want to be with him. And she broke up with him, but she still wanted to see him. Dear Lord. That was a short chapter. Anyway, let's just go on to chapter 16, because, yow, Jackson! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Ah! Oh! Oh! Ow! Ow! Sir! Ow! Ow! No! I need to use the mouse! Let me do it! Alright. Ow! Ow! Dude! I had to turn the pages and stuff. My goodness. No, sir. It's not playtime right now. We will continue to work on A Song of Ice and Fire at some point, yes. We have been really constrained with time. We have had a lot going on outside of the channel, so we haven't really been able to keep recording it. Oh, sir. But we will continue at some point. The A Song of Ice and Fire is, I believe it is all available on our Patreon. You can listen to the chapters that we've got so far there. And we are going to continue at some point. I do not have a date for you because it is such a huge recording task. But we are going to keep up with it at some point. it will, I mean, when we get time to work on it, we will let y'all know, for sure. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys still listen to the Harry Potter. That's good. I'm glad you still listen to that. Oh my God, sir. Sir. Ow. I have to scooch over. He's gonna keep attacking me while I'm trying to read this book. Of course, of course. It's just one of those things that it requires a lot of time, and when we have the time to do it, we will do it. Ah, yes, I know, Jackson. Jackson! Jackson! Jackson, stop! He's being very feisty right now. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Chapter 16. Here we go. What's happening? Alright. Oh, this is another one that's a recovered correspondence between Violet and Zayden. Let's see. Let's see. My dad hoped I'd go into the infantry like he did. He thought riders were pompous pricks, and in his defense, we really are. Kind of... Okay. So, I mean, I could tell y'all are a bunch of douchebags. Like, I've read the book. Everyone's kind of either an idiot or an asshole. There's nobody, like, nice in this series. I mean, maybe her friend, Ree, but Ree isn't even enough of a character to really count. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So that was the quote for this chapter. So I'm assuming we're gonna see Zayden in this chapter. Great? Not great? I don't know. Okay. Oh, Violet's gonna go visit the archives and see if she can't uncover more knowledge, because she's looking for the secret history of the Empyrean. Here we go. Oh my god, here we have more Violet flattering. If you were any other writer, I would have considered that you had a faulty memory and got the title wrong, even the subject matter. But you, Violet, perfect Violet, badass Violet, super smart, tiny, frail, fantastic, two-dragon Violet. You're so special, Violet. We have not done Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. But we have many requests to do so, and I mean, we can at some point if people are interested. Yeah, definitely. Okay, noted. Noted. It's weird that the scribes don't speak, they just use sign. Like, for what? Why? Weird. I don't get it. Like, there's no explanation for why they sign. They just do. This is the world building thing I'm talking about. Like, okay, they do this, but why? There's no explanation. Why not explain it? In a non-ham-fisted kind of way. Because I'm just like, why are y'all doing this? Are they just silent observers, not meant to, like, intrude or something? I don't know. I don't know. Explain that shit, would ya? Jeez. Alright, so the scribe is like, look, I will help you find what you need, but you have to do me a favor. And then we're going to cut to something else, so that the favor is going to be conveniently not mentioned, and then it'll probably be brought back up later. I don't know. Oh, sorry. Sorry, mid-yawn. Sorry. God. So they are making potions to sever the dragon bond. They're doing secret experiments with the healers. Something is afoot. Oh, and Varish is involved with this whole thing with the healers. So they're definitely torturing people or doing experiments on them or something. I don't know. I try to, like, figure it out, but I don't really care that much. It's gonna end up being stupid. And we're not gonna get a really good explanation anyway. I'm sure it's gonna be some vague bullshit like everything else is. Also, they're like having this conversation about the the healers and the secrecy with the healers, while the first years are fighting, and the Liam's little sister is like here, so they're like trying to disperse this whole thing with the fighting and this and that. It's supposed to be like a subplot, but it's like, it is so uninteresting. My God, it is so boring. The son of the king apparently is a great fighter. And nothing has happened with that. The king apparently doesn't give a shit that his son is here. I don't know. This seems like a cool plot point that you could use, or at least a cool character to like really make a part of the like core group of characters. Like the son of the king ran away to be a dragon rider against his father's wishes. That could be a cool dynamic to have, a cool character. Nope. Nope, he's just in the background being cool at fighting, and that's it. Oh, Violet's up to it again. She poisoned someone else so that Liam's sister would win the fight. Oh. Violet helped Sloane cheat. Who cares? I don't give a shit about this. Also, Violet is not only the bestest reader, the bestest dragon rider, the bestest fighter, but she also knows how to make poisons and things. So why didn't she keep the flask of whatever that shit was that she drank that like dulled her dragon connection? Why didn't she keep it and try to figure out what it is? She's so good at making poisons. Like, figure that out. Or would that be a little too Hermione? Would that be too Hermione? I don't know. Oh my god. Thorngale is holding this girl's brother's letters hostage. Her brother that died wrote her all these letters. Violet has them and is telling the girl, if you need to train and do better, and if you don't train and do better, I won't give you his letters. But if you train and do better, I'll give you one a week. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. That is legit cruel. That's messed up. I don't like that. I don't like that. I mean, it's a hell of a motivator, but like, I don't, it just, and then Imogen is like, oh, Violet, you're so clever. I could see why Xaden fell for you, because you're so smart. How many times are we gonna jerk off Violet's ego? God, who would want to be themselves? Who would even want to be themselves with Violet around? Because she's so freaking perfect and bestest girl at everything. Looking out for... Okay, I guess you could argue that. She's looking out for her squad. The girl does hate her. I don't know. That's just a little messed up. Holding the letters hostage is a bit messed up. Because if the shoe were on the other foot, Violet would be like, this isn't fair, this isn't right, you have no right to do this to me, blah, 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 and then we'd hear about it for like a bajillion pages. Yeah, I don't know. This is also just a subplot that I could care less about. Because I don't even care about Liam. Didn't care about him. At all. I just... every 2 pages, it's all about... I don't know, Violet likes conform... And I'll tell you that your brother was my friend and I cared for him. I suppose. I suppose Shelby has a point. Violet does want her to listen to her. I get that. I get that. I mean, I get that. It's a little messed up. I get it. The icing on the cake, though, was just, oh, Violet, you're so smart. I mean, I get it. I don't like it, but I will give you that. I get it. She needs her to show up and be like, dude, I'm giving you good advice and you need to take it regardless of whether or not you hate me. So all right, I'll give you that. I do not, however, accept the constant every character fawning over how brilliant Violet is. That I will not tolerate. I will not. No. No one will change my mind on that one. I will give you that, though. You got a point there. The unabridged history of the first 6. Oh boy, we're going to see Xaden again. Okay. Oh, Taryn is always making these threats. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna eat him. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, he doesn't ever do any of that. He just is all talk and no follow through, I think. Oh, and the chapter ends with her on her way to see Xaden. She gets there, but he's on 24-hour duty someplace where she doesn't have clearance. I'm assuming that means she's not going to see Xaden. Oh no. Oh no, so terrible. Let's see. We are now on to page... Well, I messed up. 160, 161. Not 161 to 162. So my bad. Ooh, we got a big quote this time for this chapter. Big quote this time. Let's see. Many historians choose to ignore the sacrifices made by both humans and dragonkind to establish Nevers under the First Wards in favor of praising the spirit of unification. God, that in of itself that's not even the full sentence. Jesus Christ. But I would be remiss not to mention the losses suffered both in terms of the ancestral hatching grounds of each dragon breed and the civilians who did not survive the continent-wide migration that resulted from the opening of Nevers' borders, or those lost when we closed them. That whole thing was one sentence. I hate to be the like grammar, like I just that was such a long sentence. My goodness. Huge. Okay. Anyway, chapter 17. Let's see if that has anything to do with what happens. Okay. Sorry. I got a text or something and I got distracted for a second. I apologize. Auntie, don't look at your phone while you are doing things. Apologies, everyone, for the 2 people, 3 people that are in here hanging out. So she just said she got a letter from Zayden detailing like what his life was like before the rebellion. Why not let us read it? Like, what? It's just everything is so shallow in this book. I got another letter. I read it like 4 times. Can we read the letter too? Can the reader read the letter? Can we do that? Or can we not? Are we not capable of doing that as a writer? Can we read the letter? Jeez. We don't have to read every one, but I mean, come on. We put one in here for the love of God. Ooh, Imogen dropping the truth bombs on Violet. Preach, sister, because this is all I've wanted to say for the last, like, I don't even know how long. She's the only character who makes any sense in this ridiculous story. She's the only one that makes sense. Huzzah! Someone makes sense. Someone is saying the right things to this idiot of a main character. Oh my goodness. He's just like, listen, you wanted a normal relationship. Don't date Zayden. He's not a normal dude. Number 2, you're icing out your friends, which is stupid. Number 3, you're worrying about a man when you got all this other crap going on. Maybe worry about all the other crap. What'd she say? She just threw a whole bunch of, like, truth bombs at her. And I was like, Violet, you're being dumb. You're being dumb. You're being dumb. And here is why you're being dumb. And all of your issues are your own fault. Congratulations. Now, this is how you fix them. You can either deal with being in a relationship with what's-his-face, Zayden, and having to accept that some things will always kind of be a secret, or not. There it is. And she also said, oh, well, you say you need advice in your relationship, so you are still in a relationship. So you clearly still think you're in a relationship. So there's that. Like, finally somebody said something to her, because mother of Christ, it's been ridiculous. All I wanted to do is scream through the page and be like, dude, you are feeling crappy because it's all of the things that you are feeling crappy about are a result of your actions, and you're being dumb. It's all your fault. You are doing all of the things that are wrong with your life as you know it right now. Thank you, Imogen. You one-dimensional character, but thank you. Someone had to say it. You know what's funny is we have BC and AC. And Game of Thrones also has AC, and it's after Conquest, right? When they have their years, or not BC and AC, BC and AD. Sorry. Ugh. And then Song of Ice and Fire has AC for after Conquest. These guys is AU, which I think means after unification, but all I can think of is alternate universe. And this is an alternate universe. It's a shit alternate universe is what it is. Oh, hang on, everyone. I must pause. I think I have a cat incident about to. Ah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. One of my grown-up cats was kind of trying to play with the two kittens that we have here, and I just needed to make sure that we weren't playing too rough with the kittens. So apologies for my departure for a moment. Let's see. Okay, so Violet's gone to Battle Brief, and they have learned that a bunch of civilians are being attacked. But it's really just propaganda. They're not being attacked. They're saying wait. So hang on. They're being attacked outside the borders, the wards or whatever. The Nevers. They're being attacked outside by dragons. But then the professors are like, this is propaganda, it's not true. And Violet's like, no, it is true, except it's not dragons, it's wyverns. They're lying. She's getting really mad. So that's what's happening. Now class is over, and Violet's mad still. God, Violet's so stupid. So she freaks out and then runs to the archives and almost blows up her deal with her little scribe friend and is like, I need more books. And then the scribe is like, yo, this couldn't wait, man. She's selfish and rude to everyone. Like, what is her problem? She had to do this right now. No, she did not have to do this right now. She actually did not have to do this right now. And then the scribe is like, you gave me a choice about helping you. What happens if, like, you don't find what you're looking for? And then Violet is like, people will die. And the scribe is like, okay, well, have you told your friends about this? No. Well, you gave me a choice. Maybe you should give your friends a choice? And then Violet is like, oh dang. Oh dang. They was just dropping truth bombs on Violet because she's being an idiot. Someone has to. That's the end of the chapter. That was the end of the chapter. So, that was the end of that. Let's see. I'm gonna see. I think we could probably read one more. You want to read one more? I read one more. Because the faster I read it, Believe it or not, that is how it works. The faster I read it, the faster I read it. And then the faster we can all move on with our lives and read something else. Let's see. What happens? What's the quote this time? It was only when we pushed the wards to their true limits, extending them far past what we first thought possible, and to what I now question as sustainable, that we defined the borders of Nevers, regretfully knowing not every citizen would benefit from their protection. I can do it. Thank you. Thank you, Shelby. I can do it. Thank you for the support. This kind of sounds like the building of the Titanic. Look, we built it and we pushed it to its limits, knowing full well that there were not going to be enough lifeboats for everyone. That's what that sounds like to me. Anyway, chapter 18. Let's read it. What did the fanfic critic used to say? That YouTube channel? I read it so you don't have to. That's what I'm doing. Except I'm not reading it out loud. Although I guess I could. But I don't know if you guys want me to read this out loud. I don't think I could read it seriously. Oh, Zayden's here. Zayden's here, everyone. Oh boy, Zayden's here. Oh boy. And she's still on this. Maybe I can't fully trust him, but I can't be away from him. Like she didn't listen to anything Imogen said. Not surprised, actually, that she didn't listen to anything Imogen said. That actually makes sense. That tracks for Violet. She's so clever, but not really. She's actually quite stupid and quite selfish. Oh, God. His... What indecently toned arms. Indecent. His arms are so toned, it's indecent. Ooh. Oh, guess what? Guess what, everyone? He's shirtless! Oh my god! He's shirtless every time she sees him. I swear. Oh my god, she's still on this full disclosure thing. She's still on it. This is like an invented problem for the sake of just creating conflict, and I'm freaking over it. Oh my god. So now Zayden knows that Violet is researching this shit and has kept it from him the whole time. Oh my god. Hypocrite much? Hypocrite much? Jesus. Lord. Oh my god, they're fighting. So he's mad she's kind of kept this a secret from him. And she's like, it's not the same. He's like, it's not the same thing. What I'm keeping from you, it's not the same as what you're doing. And she's like, yes, it is. And this is the stupidest argument I've ever read in my life. And I hate Violet. And I hate Violet so much. And Xaden, I am starting to really feel bad for you, dude. I am starting to feel bad for you. Yeah, this is painful, y'all. Ugh. Oh, so Nolan says he's mending a soul. Is he trying to save someone who's been making Horcruxes? Is that what's going on? We're mending souls. Did this person's soul get sucked out by a Dementor? Oh, and we get a vague mention of the disability again here that really has nothing to do with the story whatsoever. I'm listening to book 6, and I just finished the chapter on Horcruxes. Nice, nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I don't know. This dude just said he's mending a soul. That sounds like some Harry Potter. Man, she just blatantly steals from everyone, doesn't even try to hide it. Well, I don't think there's any remorse in the rebuilding of this soul, in my opinion. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Okay. Alright. Fair enough. Violet is like the worst. Like, he should just break up with her at this point. Like, ugh. They're still fighting about the same thing. You keep secrets from me. Well, now you're keeping secrets from me, and it can't be both ways, and we have to trust each other. This is the most manufactured argument I have ever read. This is so stupid. Oh my god. She's so dumb. She's so dumb. I can't take this. This is just so dumb. She's so dumb. She is so dumb. This is painful. And then he left. Because they hear still fighting about it, and then Xaden is like, you know what? I'm out of here because I'm going to be really mean to you and say some really, really awful things. So I'm out of here. And then he just leaves, and it's the next morning, and she's sad that he's gone, and he could be going away. Like, every time she sees him, she gives him shit for being untruthful or whatever. And then when he leaves and when he's not around, she's like, I miss him. I'm so sad. This is dumb. There's not tension. Not real conflict. This is awful. Xaden, break up with her, man. Break up with her. Be toxic. Also, wasn't it the last book? They can't spend more than like 3 days apart from each other or something, but now they're spending like weeks apart from each other, and it seems to be fine. Fishy. Fishy. This next chapter is actually really short. We'll just read the next one real quick. This is a short one. It's a baby. Chapter 19. That was so dumb. I literally, every chapter where I'm like, oh, Xaden's going to be here. Oh my god. It's going to be terrible. I'm going to feel bad for him, and I'm going to hate her even more because she's stupid. Alright, chapter 19. The quote. Dragons do not answer to the whims of men. Kind of seems like they do. A lot. Kind of seems like they do. Barish and his orange dragon are my favorite characters. How's that? They're my favorite. There it is. And her big black dragon, I guess. Her BBD. Yeah, the torturer dude. He's my favorite. And his evil one-eyed orange dragon. Yep, I've decided. Oh my god. Now the dragons are fighting because the Feathertail didn't show up for maneuvers again, so now Terran is fighting Varish's, the Torture Man's dragon. And they mentioned that Terran is so much bigger and stronger and faster. He is the ultimate BBD. Oh no, I heard someone cry over there. Okay, so now I guess Barish has apologized and says that no one can summon a dragon and he's super sorry about it. Which of course now means that his dragon and him, they're now really gonna hate Violet even more than they already did. Oh man. And she just told Rhiannon what happened, that Varys used her signet to punish her, and Rhiannon is like, what? The disability just gets mentioned as like an afterthought. Oh, I did this to my knee the other day, and it really hurt. Oh, I did this to my knee, and it really hurt. Has not, like, this totally inconsequential to the story whatsoever. So dumb. Oh, here we go. She's like spilling her guts to Rhiannon now. Maybe. Possibly. Like, you don't know what it's like. Ugh! You can't understand. Ugh! Alright, and that's the end of that chapter. He basically yelled at Rhiannon, you know, you don't know what it's like, and blah, blah, blah. And Rhiannon is like, well, I'd rather you yell at me than not say anything at all. And then Varys shows up after being owned by the BBD and is like, well, enjoy your leave while you have it. I wish... So he's like very clearly like the bad guy, right? He's the bad guy. But I'd like it if he was a little more sadistic and a little more evil, because right now he's just kind of a douche. But he is my favorite character. Out of all these characters, he is the one I like the most, just because he's the bad guy. Or at least is the bad guy at the moment. And he's mean to Violet, so I like that. I'll take it. Yeah, I don't know. So that's where we're at. She yelled at Ree, and now she's leaving again to go see Xaden. I'm sure that'll be lovely. Oh, geez. I just got a little preview. They're gonna kiss again. Great. Great. But I think that is all for now. I think that's all for now. For tonight. I don't think I can keep going, because I'm getting tired. Just wait for the sadism. Oh boy! Sadism! Everyone's favorite thing. Great! Great! Honestly, though, the sadism is already here. I feel like the author is being sadistic in making me read about this relationship with Xaden and Violet. That is sadism. Right there. That is sadism. I am being sadismed. This is the real torture right here. Honestly. But I'm sure there is so much more to come, and it's going to be so great. It's going to be so great. Thank you to anyone who popped in and listened for a bit. Shelby, it is always nice to have you join me and sprinkle in little bits of conversation. And apparently I have so much more to look forward to. Especially since, you know, I'm about almost a third of the way through this. Almost a third of the way through. Dude, nothing has even happened in this book, and I'm a third of the way through this. Oh my god. Nothing has even happened. Really. Not a lot. A lot of fluff and bullshit is really what's been happening. But anyway, yes, it's been nice to have you pop in. Have a lovely evening, everyone. I'm not sure when we will do this again, but we will definitely do this again later on in the week. I know I said last Wednesday that I was going to try to stream again, and I didn't have a chance to. Sorry. Oh, sorry. But I am going to shoot for maybe we will try for this Wednesday. So just keep an eye out on the Discord and let you know when I'm going to pop in again to read some more. And again, I gotta say it. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment about all the things. And we will see y'all next time. Have a great night, everybody.